What's up, y'all? I'm going to play my interlude, and after that, we will be talking to two distinguished females who's going to make this thing happen. So, I hope y'all can understand me because um, I am a bit under the weather, and hopefully, it will be clearing up pretty soon. So, let me play my interlude, and I will be talking to you all on the other side. What's up, man? What's happening, everybody? What's up, women? What's up, everyone, boys and girls? That was weak, but I ain't tripping. My name is Anthony Parker. The song that you hear in the background has been provided by King OJ. It is Saturday. I got some distinguished females that's gonna rock with me today. We're gonna be talking about overcoming our worst enemy as a blind person or as blind people. Now, I haven't been live for a minute, so I'm excited about doing that. So I hope y'all enjoy this particular topic because it's one that's needed to be discussed. And we're gonna lay back and we're gonna relax and we're gonna talk about these particular things. So with that being said, let me do the introduction. My name is Anthony Parker. Welcome to Third Eye Visions, where we motivate the blind, stimulate your mind, and welcome all kind. Now, we want to discuss this particular topic because, as I mentioned, it's very, very, very pressing to us, and we hopefully at the end of it we will have provided some suggestions that allow blind people to not really get in the way of themselves. Sometimes we can be our worst enemies by the things that we do. Now, with that being said, I want to bring on. Make sure you subscribe. I want to thank the subscribers that I do have right now that I've gained over the past couple of weeks, days, and whatnot. And for the future subscribers, I want to thank you all too. So, with that being said, I'm going to introduce my guests. You probably have heard them before. You probably know them because they are a regular on Third Eye Visions, and we're going to get to them right about now. Our first guest, all the way from KY, and that's not KY Jelly. um, Miss Adele, introduce yourself.
Hey Anthony, how you doing? I'm glad that you're getting more subscribers. It looked like on a YouTube channel that was kind of going up a little bit, and I'm glad to hear that. Um, I'm here in Louisville, Kentucky, and I guess that's it.
Okay, and our guest, when you hear her voice, you're gonna know exactly who she is. Go ahead.
Hey, what's going on? It's Alita from Alita's Humble Life. I'm really glad to be here, and this topic is really important to me as well. So I'm glad. I'm glad to be here.
Okay, cool. Now, um, sometimes, as I mentioned, overcoming, we can be our own worst enemies as blind people. Since I've been in the YouTube streets, since I've been on Facebook and all these other platforms, I've noticed a lot of blind people who come out complaining about this and that and the third. And what happens is it sort of sends a bad vibe to the sighted community or other individuals to let them know that, hey, we all about pity, or some of us are all about being pity and want people to have that negative connotation about being visually impaired. And I want to address this for that particular reason. So, with that being said, I'm going to pass the mic to Adele first and get her opinion about this particular topic, which is overcoming our worst enemy as a blind person. And we, like as I mentioned, we could be our worst enemy if we don't watch out. Go ahead, Adele.
I tell you, from my perspective, things that you were talking about seeing on Facebook and YouTube. Uh, I think the main thing that's going on with some of them, and I can't speak for them, but I'm just guessing, is your self doubt about yourself and what you can do. Some of these blind people coming in, they've already got the stereotypes of what they can and cannot do. They've accepted that, and so they are putting that out there, and they're making sighted people think, okay, they can't do this, they can't do that, and I mean, that's the thing that I've seen, and my worst enemy was that self doubt. But the thing that you got to overcome that is to, number one, quit trying to compare yourself to everybody that can do things that you
Great point.
supposedly can't do.
Great point.
You have to find blind people. If you've got blind people in your life that can help you learn these things, because I mean, with the way COVID is, you can't get training right now because they're not accepting anybody in the blind, the centers for the blind, that can help you. So you got to find and ask questions about how you can do whatever it is, or go somewhere, or how to you know just get through life, or how to get a grocery order online, or something, so that sighted people won't think that you can't do anything. I mean, I know I'm being real like
No,
sketchy here.
no.
Uh,
That's a great point. That's a great point. And I want to pass the mic to Alita and let her respond to that, because it is true. I mean, if you don't know, then you do have a tendency to give off that, or
yes.
that aura about yourself, like, well, they can't do anything. So what's your opinion about that, Alita?
Well, first, I wanted to say, again, thank you for having me on. But I think that it starts with you getting the diagnosis and the people that are diagnosing you. I think it begins with them. I think that they have an obligation and a due diligence to try to get you help and put you in a place or get you out in the community to get you the proper help or the guidance that you need coming into this, if you are losing your sight or if there's a problem with your vision. And most times doctors don't do that. They don't give you they're not an advocate. They don't help you at in any time. And I can only speak for myself, but I know when I was diagnosed and then starting to having problems with my vision, my doctor didn't recommend me to the Vision of Blind Services. He didn't recommend me, or she. I have three specialists, which is crazy.
Mm,
They didn't recommend me to agencies that could help me, communities that could help me, people that knew and understand what I was going through. Nobody said, listen, I know that this is going to be a rough situation for you. They have a community on Facebook. There are forums that you could go and join. So I think that being that we're going through this, and you're already going to feel alone because going through this, it kind of alienates you. Period. If you're just going into it, not born in it, but going through it. Um, that's what I believe. I believe that we should have that. And then going through it, I think that it takes a lot out of you. And I didn't know that.
okay.
So speaking about myself, it took a lot out of me. All the drive, all the strength, all the bubbliness, it took a lot from me to be able to deal with that. And so it was hard in the beginning, and I needed everybody that came to my aid and to my help. I needed everybody, and they really stepped up. Friends, people called, people text me, wrote. They helped me out to get to the place where I'm back at now, where I could speak, where I could pick up the phone, where I don't feel like I want to crouch down in the corner. It
Okay.
happened.
And I like that. What you just that's a great point. I like that, and I'm gonna pass it to Adele. I like what you just said, because if you don't do any of those, you become your worst enemy. You determine your own fate. You determine how far you go. You determine in the blind community, as a blind person, how much you want to know, because there's so much technology out there as well. If you don't take advantage of it, you definitely will be lost, and you creating your own space to where you're not able to know what the deal is, how to do this, how to do that, and whatnot. You want to respond? Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, especially as an adult like Letha is, and she's out of school, so they're not going to automatically search for resources like mainstreaming and Braille and everything because they're trying to educate the kids. When she's an adult, she goes to the doctor and they're trying to figure out what's going on with her eyesight. These doctors are there to save eyesight. They ain't used to telling you you're going blind. They're not used to that at all. So they're not going to have the resources and the things in place because they're there to try to keep your eyesight and I think that's kind of sad, but what Aletha's done is taking it upon herself to try to to just, I don't know, search for blindness on YouTube. I don't know what she did, but I know she did something. And it's sad because what would I do? If I was going to lose my hearing, what would I do? What would I do?
That's great.
I'm going deaf. I'm blind already. I'm going deaf. What would I do? I don't have an idea at this point. That's why I admire Aletha so much, because she did it on her own. She did this on her own.
Great point.
And that's why she needs more subscribers on her channel too, because I'm sure that on her channel there could be a discussion or something going on with that, for newly blinded people or something, to try to get rid of that self-doubt, to try to get rid of that, I can't do nothing because when I was sighted, I didn't see how a blind person could do this or something like that. I know I'm just talking off the cuff.
No, I love the passion that she has, that Adele has in her voice, because it's true. It needs to be done like that. It needs to be said the way that she said it, because I've heard people in these particular groups that even say that I wish and it's true. I wish I were dead because I was blind.
Yeah.
And I don't understand, and I don't understand why they would even say that, for the simple fact that there are people that have worse impairments than just being blind. There's technology out there that you can take advantage of instead of being depressed and wishing that you were blind. Those are things that's
but I think Aletha could say something about that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I was gonna jump in real quick.
No.
I think that there's two perspectives, and we have to really understand that. There's you guys' perspective because you were born that way, and then there's my perspective, which later on in life I'm losing my sight. So there's two perspectives, because I'm not gonna tell someone that, oh, you can there's too much technology out there, because I'm one of those people that did not know what type of help was out there. I had no clue. I didn't know. I had to go and search myself. And that's how Anthony found me. He found me in a group that I found on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So that is the reason I went and I said, you know what, since I'm blind, Facebook and YouTube has everything on there. So I'm quite sure that I can find something that is that's relative to me and my situation. And so I typed in and I said RP, people with RP. And on Facebook, something popped up about RP. And I typed in retinitis pigmentosa, something popped up. But some people do not know that. And we all deal with situations and issues differently. Like with me, I don't wish I would die, or I don't feel like I can't live without my sight. But some people do. They just don't know how to deal with the fact that they have lost their sight when they've had their sight their whole lives.
Okay.
Is it good for a person to say that they want to, oh, I can't live without my sight? No, it's not. And they do really need to seek help. But we all deal with our situations and circumstances different, and we have to remember that.
That's a great point. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to imagine my world changing that drastically as an adult, to lose something that I've always had.
Right.
I think there was a statistical measurement done that I think it's like 80% of the dependence on the five senses, I believe. I think 80% is eyesight.
Yeah.
And the other 20, when I found that out, Anthony, when we had mobility training at school, 80% sight and 15% of one of the other senses, and I can't remember which, and the other 3 left over was like kind of tossed up between the two.
Mhm.
But eyesight, what we always say is a blind community, and sometimes we say it in self-pity, it's a visual world, but it's true. You can't get around that. It is a visual world. It is a sighted world. And that's one of the things that knocked me out of my self-pity, because I was born blind. Now, Lisa, I want you to speak on this, but because I'm born blind and everybody can do something, they tell me I can't do it.
Mm.
I'm having people tell me that, and it's like, I ain't gonna let you know nothing. You're gonna find out it's already been done. Like, okay, cut my fingernails, for example, because of fingernail clippers. I cut my fingernails in the bedroom, didn't tell nobody, and the next day they found out it was too late now.
But
I cut bigger fingernails.
let me stop you right there. That because you brought up a good point. And before I go, hold that right there. George is on here right now. He said he just commented and said you just find out other techniques to do things.
Yes.
And that's true. But a lot of newly blind people, or just people who are blind, don't want to take that route to do that. And that is true. You're supposed to, if you have that determination. But I want to talk to you about the cutting of the fingernails. There was somebody that made a post in reference to that thing. Didn't know how to cut their fingernails, and they posted, oh, how do I cut my fingernails? Blah blah blah. And it baffled me, because, like, well, how do you cut your fingernails? You just do it. And, like, I don't know if it had anything to do with, because I had lost my sight a long time ago, or whatever the case may be. But what you said, Adele, makes a lot of sense. You just take it upon yourself and to do it before they know it. It's already.
Oh my God! You should see my fingernails.
I mean, but the thing of it is, you did not get on. And I'm not bashing anyone, because I can understand. If you're afraid, you're afraid. But some things you just gotta take it upon your own self and just use your own.
I tell you what.
Yourself.
Tell you what a technique is.
Go ahead.
To start you cutting your fingernails. What do you think about this, Aletha? I just thought about something. What if you put just false fingernails on your fingers? Don't even glue those suckers on and see if you can cut them.
Yeah.
Use your fingernail clipper and cut those cotton finger things.
That's a good point.
See if you go, try practicing that.
Exactly.
I mean, like, 'cause people ask me different things. Like, they've asked me, "How do you do your makeup? How do you do your makeup when you can't see?"
See, I would even want to know that.
I've been doing my makeup my whole life, so I mean, that's just a routine, like my whole life. But since I was able to do makeup, I've been doing makeup, and it's just routine. So I remember my memories. I use that.
Yes.
So I do that kind of sort of. People take it to the extremes.
Yes.
When you lose your sight or you don't have your sight, they take it to the extreme and say, well, how can you do that? Well, how can you do that? Well, how can you see to do it? You can't see to do it. So how can you do that? Things that you've always done your whole life is not going to go away. It's just the fact that you can't see.
That is a great.
That you can do without your eyesight that you've done before in your life, like cutting your fingernails. Like, that's just common sense. You're gonna know how to do it. And even if you haven't had your sight, like you, Anthony, like you, Adele, that's just something that you're gonna know to do. You teach yourself how to do it. And another one thing before I'll shut up. I think that like Uncle Ed always says, you have to be an advocate for yourself. And so that's what I had to learn how to do. I had to learn how to self-advocate for myself. I had people like Anthony calling me and saying, Aletha, you got to get listen, you got to do, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to get up, you got to do something,
Yes.
My family would do the same thing for me. My friends would do the same thing, a couple of my friends anyway. Now, I'm going to tell you something that is so true, and I hope people don't get offended. I really don't, but I lost a lot of people too.
Yes,
on this journey of me losing my sight. People that I thought were really close to me, I don't have them anymore. People that I thought would stick by me, I don't have them anymore, because I have this issue. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine with me. I don't have a problem with it. That means that you are not supposed to go on this journey with me. So I'm cool with it. But yeah, you lose not only your sight, but you can lose friends, you can lose things, valuables, all type of things when this type of thing happens to you.
And that was a great point. I like how she put it together, because if you don't have that, you can become your own worst enemy. Which means to me, and I'm quite sure y'all can agree, that you are only one that's stopping yourself. No one
Yeah.
stopping you but you.
Yeah.
So until you take charge
Self-sabotage.
to do, take charge to do what it is, and stop, posting, or stop feeling sorry for yourself. And that and it may apply to other situations as well. People who may be impaired in other ways, shape, or form. You take that particular drive and you apply it to yourself, because you're going to get lost in the shuffle. And there's no need for blind people or anybody, for that matter, to get lost, because there's technology out there. There's everything that's out there available to you that will allow you to be able to be in the know. Adele.
All right. My thing is, and and I've read a lot of books on people that's lost their sight. And Aletha, I know you can do this already. If you can walk around your own house by yourself, you've done this. That's a starting point. All right. So what else can you do? Can you wash your hands without eyesight? Can you I've had people say, how you put toothpaste on a toothbrush?
No,
they do it all the time. They do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing of it is, I think there's some basic things that you do without looking.
Yep.
And
wait, I like what you just said. I'm sorry, but that's go ahead.
And especially Aletha, that's going through this, can tell you, hey, I'm doing things now that I'm doing, and I don't have to look at it. There are some transitional things that you can do that you did without looking.
Yep.
No, that's true. So with that being said, let's offer some what kind of technique suggestions that, and I'm gonna let you go first, Aletha, that you can offer to individuals who may feel that I can't do this, or creating a barrier, to where they don't want to do it and they want to sit at home. They don't want to make that advancement. What can you all suggest to them that can make their situation at least a little bit easier?
Well, let me let me go back, like your president say. Let me go back really quick. To a point before that you were making.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't get to rebuttal on it. I'm just playing.
No, great.
But no, I wanted to go back and speak on self-sabotage. We have to not do that. Yes. And I had to learn that the hard way, because there is a lot of things that I probably missed out on, being in this situation of saying, oh my goodness, I don't think I can do that. Oh my goodness, I don't think that's gonna be right. Oh my goodness, I don't think I'm gonna be able to see this correctly. Which, to tell you the truth, I right now I can't see the phone really good, because I got my shades on too, to keep me from being able to, to keep the light from hurting my eyes. So when I put my shades on, I can't see anything. So I'm pretty much like y'all. So, but when I take my shades off, I have a little bit of, sight. I can see. So I'm thinking to myself, if I make a video and I wear the shades, how am I going to be able to function to make this video? Well, I got in my own way, because there's videos that I could have made. I should have done. And I'm functioning fine right now. I don't know where the phone is. I can't see it. I don't know, but I know I'm in view, because that's what old girl said. So I just have to be able to have confidence in myself.
There you go.
And not take opportunities from myself. And changing my atmosphere that I had made for myself, right?
Great point.
So, going back into things that you can do, I know that I chuckled a little bit when she said about putting the toothpaste on the toothbrush. People ask you, how are you able to brush your hair? How can you do your makeup? How do you find your clothes? Well, first of all, I don't find my clothes. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. My son or my husband have to, because I don't see the colors. I don't know what color. You know what I'm saying? So I get confused on the colors. So they have to pick stuff like that out for me. But
all right.
If I'm here by myself, I'm just gonna have to put something on, whether it look good or not. And if I'm making a video, all you can see is the shirt.
Can I ask?
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was about to bring that up, Aletha. Is there a way that your husband and your son can get together and put every piece of clothes in order? Because you will still remember what goes with what. all this kind of clothes in here, because you remember what those things felt like, and you also remember what those things look like. Keep everything in your closet in the exact same order so you can pick your clothes out yourself.
Yeah, they dudes. It don't work like that. Excuse me, no pun
Oh.
intended, Anthony. Yeah, it don't work
No,
like that.
okay.
Oh,
No, no.
Because
they dudes. It don't work like that. Because even in the kitchen, even in the refrigerator, even in my cabinets, I'll say, make sure you put stuff
Thank you.
back
I've
the
had
way
that
you
problem.
found it, because I need a repetition. I need to
I have
repeat
had that problem.
that I can go in and I can pick up the same thing in the same area in the same place. But my family don't remember because they're not dealing with the
you're right.
something.
I
They're
know,
not.
but see, but what I'm saying is they're not the one. They're the ones that's making it not work.
That's
That's
true.
what I'm saying. If you had your closet 100% to yourself, if you lock that sucker up after they rearrange it every time, you'd have things the way you wanted it. If that's what it takes.
Well, I mean,
they don't mess with.
He actually just redid it for me. He really did. But I don't have like I was telling him, I don't have my jeans in one area and then my t-shirts in one area. And then so now every morning before my husband goes to bed, he just grabs something and put it on the bed for me. He go to work and then I wake up and get dressed.
But
so
the thing of it is,
it works out.
I tell you what, your makeup, that time I watched you put on your makeup, you knew everything was. They ain't fool with your makeup, did they?
I get compliments on it.
I know you do.
I'm glad you brought that up because, like I said, it's a matter with Adele about the makeup, because what it is, you're taking the initiative, and that's the point that I'm trying to and that we're trying to beat home in terms of letting everyone know that there is no sense in you trying to be a person that's not gonna get out and take the initiative to make it happen. And it's not I'm not pointing it towards you or anyone else. It's just everyone that's out there. Just the fact that you have to, don't let yourself become your own worst enemy. And then like, if somebody want to invite you to a party, if somebody wants to don't complain and say, well, I don't want to go because I can't dance, I can't see anybody. No, you get out there. If your personality is overt, you have an overtly personality. That's right. And you want, you're not afraid to do things. You get out there and do that. Don't let your blindness hinder you from doing whatever you need to do. And that's why we want to come on and share these particular thoughts. Now, with that being said, I'm allow my guests to share they're like at least 5 minutes of what, just a sum up what they actually feel and what they want to say about the whole situation. And Adele, since our guest, you go first, and Letha.
As far as going out somewhere
and just enjoying yourself and just not letting yourself become your own, get in your way, sort of,
I'm gonna say this, Anthony.
Say what you
thinking outside the box. And if everybody's telling you that you cannot do something, and I know that's easier said than done, and I know it's because I've been born blind and everything. Mm-hmm. I know that. But I moved myself across the country. I got 3 moving companies on my own when I lived down in another state. I got them, took bids from them and picked the cheapest one, moved myself across the country. You think anybody would do that? They'd all tell me you can't do it. If you get it in your head, that's the thing. If you get it in your head that you really want to do it, you're going to find a way to do it. That's the thing. Okay? Just because you've lost your sight don't mean you changed. And maybe that needs to get across. I'm still the same person I was with eyesight. You ain't gotta reject me or leave me or forget the kind of times we used to have and stop inviting me to parties because I can't see.
Right.
I mean, if you do that, I'm gonna invite myself. I'm gonna come in your house like I always used to do. I'm gonna take a Lyft or an Uber if that's what it takes. I'm gonna get dropped off, knock on your door. Hey,
I'm here. I love that. Real talk, man. Real talk.
Come on, Alisa. I'm done.
I love that.
I mean, you're right. You're absolutely right. And what the last couple of days of what the only thing I can say is from where I'm coming from. The last couple of days, I have been saying to myself, like, you know what? Like, it doesn't. I'm still the same person. I just can't see like I used to. So I'm still the same person. I'm still an introvert, extrovert. I'm still like the person that wants to be helpful. I still want to love on people. I still want to engage with people. So in doing that, I have to say, like Anthony says, this whole thing is true. I have to stop self-sabotaging and being my worst enemy, because I'll never get the opportunities. I'm so glad that he made us, not made us, but asked us to come on here, because
Absolutely. No question about that.
at the end of the day, I was already ready to do the video, but I was telling him, like, Anthony, my hair, I can't, my
Yeah.
hair is my hair, you know what I'm saying?
And that's another
I'm ready
thing.
to do it, but I'm ready to get back into the swing of things. I'm ready to start making videos. I have a plan. I have the things that I'm ready to do. I just was like, my hair, Anthony,
You know
my
what?
hair's not done.
Quit apologizing that y'all may not be in the camera. All these blind folk that come on YouTube, I'm sorry that I may not be in the camera. You know what? You got to get over that. If you're going to subscribe to my channel, that means you don't care if I ain't in the camera right or not.
I love
You know
this
what I'm saying?
You're right.
I love this aggressiveness, and I'm glad that I've had these two individuals to come on and just give y'all some pointers in terms of, go stop. If you're on Facebook, don't, if you're going through some things, first of all, find somebody that you can contact and talk with that's going to give you the realness. And this was very real. This was raw, and no shade to anyone. This is raw, and this is what I wanted. Saying, so hopefully people can take away the fact that, hey, no longer will I get in my way. No longer will I be my worst enemy in terms of blaming anyone or blaming myself for not making any advancements and stuff like that. So I want to thank you all. I know, Adele, you're itching to say something. Go ahead.
It's like, yeah, you read my mind. Because when you talk about, I don't know if this camera's right. I don't know if my frame is right. I don't know if my face is right. You're apologizing already, and you reminding the people, and you're just emphasizing what their stereotypes are. Quit doing it.
Right.
Quit doing it. Hey, this is Adele. I'm on this channel. I'm about to discuss something. This is what we're going to talk about. How's everybody doing? Come subscribe to my channel.
That's a matter of confidence, and I love that. So with that being said, before I go over time, Alita, tell everybody where they can find you at and what's about to pop off on your channel.
All right, so you can find me on Alita's Humble Life, and over there we're going to be start doing reviews. We're going to go back into topics, and right before election, we're going to have, I pray we're going to have a big panel to get down to the meat of things about what's going on with the Joe Biden and Trump. I really want to talk about, voter suppression, those type of things. So go over to Alita's Humble Life, and just check me out, you guys. We're really going to bring some stuff going forward.
Thank you so much. And you're gonna find Adele bouncing around for the channel and whatnot, giving her expertise on various topics. And I want to say before I'm gonna get you, I want to say before I go, I wasn't able to hit y'all comments, but George, thanks for commenting. Flo. And if I miss you all's name, I'm so sorry. Charge it to my head, not my heart.
Just in case Ed is on. Hey, Uncle Ed.
Thank y'all, and yeah, hey, what's up, Ed, and everybody else.
She's on.
Pamela. Just everybody, man. I appreciate it. And with that being said, I guess there's no final words. Adele will be bouncing from channel to channel, giving her expertise. And with that being said, I'm about to hit the outro, and y'all hold on because I will talk to y'all after this. Thank y'all for subscribing. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Third Eye Visions. I want to thank my girls, Adele, and from Alita's Humble Life, Alita, for coming and subscribing. Man, no longer should you be your worst enemy, man. Get out, get up, and stop letting things bother you, or stop complaining, or stop putting roadblocks in your way, man. And that's just the only thing that I want to stress. Thank y'all. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart for tuning in and subscribing to Third Eye Vision. And believe me, go check out Alita's Humble Life. Alita's Humble Life. and see what she has to offer, man. I love y'all so much, man. I couldn't have done this with y'all. Y'all are the ones that's making this happen, man, for real. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.